All right, subtracting integers. Yesterday we did adding integers, and I'll be real honest with you. If you cannot add integers, you most likely are not going to be able to subtract integers. So my suggestion, if you really struggled yesterday, then I don't want you to do the subtracting integers today. I'd rather you email me and let me give you some more practice on adding integers, and then move into subtracting, because if you're not proficient with adding, you're not going to be able to subtract. So if you're ready, I hope you're ready, we're going to go ahead and get started. So subtracting integers has to do with adding integers. So very quickly, we're going to review our adding integers. Remember, when the sign is the same, we add and keep the sign. When the sign is different, we subtract, and then our cheat note is Big Daddy rules, but that really means take the sign of the number with the greatest absolute value. Okay, so we're going to look at this subtraction problem, which is something that you've done for a long time, the first one, since second grade. I thought I could zoom out, but I can't. So anyway, 10 minus 7, you've done that for a long time. You know that it is 3. But now the 9 minus 10, that is not something that you are probably overly familiar with. Now what we want to do, because we're going to get into so many negatives and subtractions and all that kind of good stuff, I want you to look at any time you have a subtraction, and I'm not talking about the negative numbers out front, but when you have a subtraction sign, what that really is telling you is that that 7 is negative. If I take that 10 away, that's really saying that that 7 is negative. That is really telling you that that 10 is negative. And that is really telling you that that 20 is negative. So the way we look at that when we start adding and subtracting integers is anytime you see a subtraction, we're going to change it to a negative. And we said that that was really a negative 7. So the way I write that is keep. That means you're going to keep the first number the same. And I hate it that we can't do all the discovery stuff so that this makes more sense. I hope that it's going to make going over the procedure. I hate that we can't do more investigating. But keep and then change, change. Which what that means is we're going to keep the first number the same. We're going to change that subtraction to an addition. Now, if it's already addition, like yesterday, you leave it alone and you follow the rules. So you're going to keep, change, and then whatever the second number is, you're going to change it. So this was a negative. It was positive, so we turn it into a negative. Keep, change, change. So now we've got the signs are different. So different says subtract and Big Daddy rules. So 10 plus a negative 3 is going to 10 plus a negative 7 is a positive 3. We're going to keep, change, change. Now the signs are different. Different says subtract and Big Daddy rules. So the signs are different. We subtract and it's going to be negative. So then step 2 would be follow adding rules. So the only thing we're adding today is if it is a subtraction, keep, change, change. Keep, that one stays the same. Change this to addition, and this is going to become negative. Keep, change, change. So now the signs are the same. So we look at our little notes. If they're the same, we add, because remember that's like saying we lose $16 and then we lose $20. Altogether we have lost $36. So again, real quickly, keep, change, change. So keep, change, and then the opposite of negative is a positive. So now this really reads negative 8 plus 2. Keep, change, change. That really reads 10 plus 6. Keep, change, change. Now we've really got negative 12 plus 12. Okay? And so if we go back, that's how we switch them. And then we go back and solve them. The signs are different. Different says subtract. So that's going to give us 6. And it's going to be negative. the signs are the same, we add and keep the sign. The signs are different. Different says subtract, and we get 0. Okay, now I'm going to do some problems real quickly. I just don't know where I laid them. Okay, here they are. I'm sorry. So keep, change, change. I'm going to cover this up just a little bit so you can see. So keep, change, change. Now the signs are different. Different says subtract, and we get 3, and Big Daddy is negative. Keep, change, change. The signs are different. Different says subtract, and Big Daddy is negative. Keep, change, change. Now we've just got a basic addition problem, which is going to give us 77. Keep, the first number stays the same. Keep, change, and then that's going to become negative. Change. Keep, change, change. Now the signs are the same because they're both negative. We add and keep the negative. Keep, change, change. Remember, that's only with subtraction problems. Keep, change, change. The signs are the same. The same says add and keep that positive sign. Keep, change, change. Now both of them are negative. The signs are the same. So add, which is 55, and keep the sign. The sign is negative. Keep, change, change. The signs are different. Different means subtract, and Big Daddy is going to be positive, so our answer is going to stay positive. Keep, change, change. The signs are different. So different says subtract. When we subtract, we get 50, and Big Daddy is negative. The 55 has the greatest absolute value, so that's going to be negative. Now, if we substitute in, it says m is -1, so that's going to be -1 minus 8. Same thing that we just had. Keep, change, change. Keep, change, change. Now we've got -1 plus -8. The signs are the same, they're the same. So same says add and keep the negative. N is 10. We got our minus sign, and then m is, did I do that right? Yep, 10, and then m is -1. So, I'm sorry, I forgot to switch back on the colors. Keep, change, change. The signs are the same. So now we add, and that is just 11. 10 minus, and then m is -1. Keep, change, change. The signs are the same. The same says add and keep it positive because that's what it is. Now this one's a little more challenging. P, if I look, P is 6. I got my minus sign. And the way we read that is the opposite of m. Well, if m is -1, the opposite of -1 would be +1. So now we keep, change, change. The signs are different. Different says subtract. We get 5. And the number with the greatest absolute value is going to be that 6. So Big Daddy would be 6. So it's going to stay positive. So remember to email me, keep, change, change. Well, don't email me, keep, change, change. Email me if you have questions. But subtraction, the first thing that you need to do is keep, change, change. And sometimes if you do it, write the problem down and then do the keep, change, change in a different color, sometimes that helps a lot of people. So you may want to do that to see if it helps.